In the 21st century, evil mutants led by Magneto aim to destroy the world. Humans can do nothing against the power of the evil mutant.
Hey everybody, welcome to the latest edition of the Weekly Pulse. It's Dan here at Forbidden Planet. We've got a lot to cover. We're going to run through the single issues that came out really quickly and then move on to something else. So super fast, Justice League, you know I've said some things about this. This is number 6, by the way, for keeping score. About there being like too many inkers on this book. I still think that 4 inkers is way too many, but here's a nice thing. I breezed through this real fast, so I can't speak to the quality of the writing, but I actually feel that the art's better. This issue is probably the best that it's been. I think Jim Lee's trying to finish strong before they have somebody else take over this book, and I'm really happy. I'm happy with that. So, you know, my hope is that this book will continue to move in a positive direction. I think that it's been a little weak for a flagship book, but I have hopes that it'll improve. Batman Beyond Unlimited number 1. This was great. I like blazed through this book. There are 2 stories in it. I fell off the bandwagon when Batman Beyond came out. They did like a Hush story. This, I feel like, is one of those books where if you watched the show a little bit, even a scotch, or never even at all, you can pick it up really fast. Art's good, story strong, enough that you're getting a story beginning, middle, and end, and enough that there's also something that's going to be happening in the future that is intriguing. So I highly, highly recommend. This is a great, number 1s are always good. This is a great number 1 to pick up. Haven't had a chance to read Donatello yet, but what I'll tell you about this is that the first 2 that came out, the Raphael story, and the don't tell me what happens, because I'm showing you and I haven't seen it yet, is that the first 2 were amazing. Raphael, great. Michelangelo, maybe even better. Brian Lynch writing these things. It's almost like he really likes the property, because, yeah, there you go. Boom. The Cape. This is by Joe Hill about this horrible guy that gets some superpowers, and yeah, boy, he's a real dick about it. This is the end of it. This is issue 4. It's the final issue. So what I would say is probably you're going to want to wait until the trade rolls around and pick that one up. There's going to be somebody that just crawled beneath my feet. Magic number 2. Hey, listen, this is sealed, and as you know, I'm not a big Magic guy, but the nice thing about this is that there's this faithless looting card, and that seems to be the allure of these. So, faithless looting card, that's what I'm going to say. And we're going to wrap the single issues with Angel and Faith, number 7. This is a really solid issue. They do some reveals on what Angel's been up to as far as trying to resurrect Giles. They answer this whole Drusilla being sane thing. Interesting fact, Drusilla is going to be the first character that's going to be getting a spin-off book, a 5-issue arc. It's actually written by the actor who played the part, Juliet Landau, so keep an eye out for that. This is really great. I mean, all the Angel and Faith stuff has been solid. Buffy books, pretty good too. But hey, that out of the way, let's talk about the thing that's actually the big issue of the day. Like if we were going to have the comic book newspaper, like it was the New York Times, what would be the headline? It would be, Republican moms are really mad that there's gayness in Archie. Gail Simone talked about this a little bit. This thing that's interesting is that this book, Life with Archie, number 16, actually came out like over a month ago. And I guess if you don't know a lot about comics, it takes a little while to filter down, but now there's this group that's going to Toys R Us and is protesting. The reason why they're protesting is because Kevin Keller, who was the latest character, an out gay character, marries his boyfriend, and it's apparently a military ceremony, so now basically people are coming in and either being really angry or, much better news, buying the book. And if you've come and said, like, I'm going to give Archie a shot, the great news is that there's a lot of queer-friendly titles out there, and what we're going to run through right now are some books that I would recommend that you pick up. So, if you like Archie-style slice-of-life books, I would recommend that you try Strangers in Paradise by Terry Moore, which is about a group of very real-life characters. And what's really great about Terry Moore, in addition to this being a queer-friendly book, there are characters of all walks of life in it. And Terry Moore is really well known for drawing women characters that actually look and are shaped like real-life women. And this is just a really well-written book. There's great drama and pathos, and again, a very queer-friendly book. Terry Moore, really especially good at writing women. Another great book to pick up is Cavalcade of Boys, which is actually a very Archie-style book, just a little more mature, and with a lot of gay characters. This is actually one of our 2 best-selling queer-friendly books, the other one being Fun Home, which is by Alison Bechtel, excuse me. And this is basically the story of a woman who's dealing with coming out about the fact that she is queer, and realizing that her father, who had died, was also gay, and sort of realizing that parallel there and understanding him better and understanding the nature of his death. And it's just really great slice of life drama, really great, very good autobiographical stuff. Alison Bechtel, probably one of the best autobiographical writers out there. She also did a series called Dykes to Watch Out For, which is collected, which I also would recommend taking a look at. I mentioned Chris Gage, well, I mentioned a Chris Gage book before, which I'll pull up real quick, Angel and Faith. So hey, if you like Angel and Faith, the reason you like it is probably in part because Christos Gage writes it. And Chris Gage is a big superhero guy, and recently he does a book called Avengers Academy, in which one of the characters in it, Stryker, comes out of the closet, and there was a letter published in one of the back of the comics where a person gave a very impassioned but calm argument about why they felt that that was not really kosher and why they didn't like it. And Chris Gage not only agreed and said let's publish it, but he also said let me give a really reasoned response, and he did, and just did a really bang up job of it. And the nice thing is that there's about 2 trades of this out so far, and it's continuing. There's actually some really big stuff coming up as far as some of the queer characters, Stryker, etc., in the months to come. But it's kind of almost standalone. Like, if you're watching this video and you know anything about comics, then you know what you need to know to be able to start reading these. So Avengers Academy is a great book to pick up, again, for 2 reasons. If you like queer-friendly books, and if you like superhero books, this is a great place to be. Also, for good superhero books that are queer-friendly, The Authority, been out for a while now. What you really need to know is that it is kind of, you know, like how like Watchmen is like was like the thing that was like superheroes for adults. This is the same thing. It's sort of like those big Marvel and DC teams, but sort of matured up, dealing with really big real-life issues. And 2 of the big characters, Midnighter and Apollo, are gay and married and are about as kick-ass as any 2 heroes have ever been. So that's another great book to pick up. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Batwoman Elegy, written by the fantastic and much ballyhooed by me, Greg Rucka. There's a current ongoing now, but if you want to be able to jump in and find out who she is and what she's about, Batwoman Elegy is the book to read. Also, man, J.H. Williams III, probably the greatest artist in town. Just some outstanding stuff. I love that, you know, when she's Batwoman, there's one kind of style, and when she's not being Batwoman, it's a different style. If I can find it, I'll show you. You know what? Just come into your comic book store. Don't be a dope. This book is an absolute no-brainer. And that's it. What I'd like to know is, have you read any of those books? Are there any books that you're recommending? How do you feel about this thing that's happening right now with the Life of Archie situation and the stuff that's happening also in Avengers Academy? Yeah, I guess that's it. Don't forget a couple things. One, everything that we mentioned today can be picked up on the website, which is at fpnyc.com. You can also see everything that came out this week. Please comment, like, and subscribe on this video, and I will see you next week. Thanks for reading, and keep watching. Bye-bye.
Go and save the city.